Hey guys, Ryan here. So, today I have a brand new video for you guys. This will be split into 2 to 3 parts. But basically this is everything I've read for Bleach. And yeah, Bleach is a childhood favorite series of mine. I got into it like the 4th grade and I've been a fan ever since. So, yeah, I really want to meet the voice actor who does the English dub voice of Ichigo Kurosaki. That would be awesome. I also really want to meet the voice actress who plays Rukia, because Ichigo and Rukia are my 2 favorite characters. I mean, it'd be cool to meet any of the characters from Bleach that voice in it or are a part of it of some kind. But yeah, I have the 20th anniversary volume here, as you can see, with the red and the white. Looks really nice. And I like this variant cover, it's really cool. And that's about it for the differences between this and Bleach Volume 1, which I also have because I got the manga, the 3 manga box sets for Bleach. So yeah, I've read the first 50 volumes of Bleach, and I bought the Blu-ray limited edition. Might not be limited, but it was like a special edition. Anyways, there's a special edition for the 1,000 Year Blood War arc on Blu-ray. So yeah, that's cool. And Bleach has such a strong sense of style and action and really strong character designs. So cool. So yeah, it all starts in volume 1. And I heard that Oda, maybe he's the creator of Naruto, who's some other mangaka that believed in Tite Kubo. So yeah, that was cool for sure, without a doubt. Alright, so yeah, let's read the back of this. Back of the first volume, that is. Alright, volume 1, Strawberry and the Soul Reapers. Ichigo Kurosaki has always been able to see ghosts, but this ability doesn't change his life nearly as much as his close encounter with Rukia Kuchiki, a Soul Reaper, and member of the mysterious Soul Society. While fighting a hollow, an evil spirit that preys on humans who displays psychic energy, Rukia attempts to lend Ichigo some of her powers so he can save his family, but much to her surprise, Ichigo absorbs every last drop of her energy. Now a full-fledged Soul Reaper himself, Ichigo quickly learns that the world he inhabits is one full of dangerous spirits, and along with Rukia, who is slowly regaining her powers, it's Ichigo's job to protect the innocent from hollows and help the spirits themselves find peace. So there's that. That is the synopsis and the general story for the very first part of Bleach for Volume 1. Really great introduction to Ichigo. He's the guy you don't want to mess with. He has orange hair, and he gets Rukia's powers, like I read. And yeah, so Ichigo is he's like 15 years old at this point in time. So yeah, there we go. Rukia is much older, and but they end up being friends and working alongside each other to defeat hollows and stuff, while Rukia tries to get her powers back. Ichigo basically becomes a part-time kind of like assistant Soul Reaper. And the world of the Soul Society shouldn't know this. The world of the Soul Society shouldn't know this because it's like against the laws of the Soul Society, lending your powers to a human. But later we find out that Ichigo actually has powers for himself that were there before Rukia lended her powers to him. Alright, so we got Volume 2 with Rukia in her school outfit, along with all of the schoolmates. And yeah, the art and the action, it's so well drawn and so well done. I love it a bunch. So yeah, I love the opening songs for Bleach. We have Orihime there. We have all the gang hanging out on a white couch. with the white background, which looks really cool. And it's like all the classmates and Rukia and Ichigo. And then, yeah, Chad. He's great, really strong character in Bleach. But Chad doesn't have powers at the start, but he does unlock them later on. Alright, so we have Volume 4 with Uru, Ashita, and he is a Quincy, which is kind of the enemies, not just kind of, like full-on enemies with Soul Reapers. Because they believe in different ways of cleansing the Hollows. They believe that they should destroy the Hollows once and for all, but the Soul Reapers and the Soul Society think differently. Alright, so we have Rukia and Ichigo's little sister, his youngest sister. It's like Yuzu or Karin. Trying to remember at the moment, but that's a really cool illustration. That's actually, I'll grab it here, on the 20th anniversary. So yeah, now you can see that. Very cool. Alright, so the Bleach music, so good. So good. Especially the theme song. So good, man. Okay, so here is the volume cover with Chad on the front cover for the first time. He's such a, like, dependable guy. Like, you can really count on him to follow through and to help you out in the worst kind of situations. They're wearing all kind of similar outfits, and they're all kind of wearing similar outfits here, as you can see. Alright, so yeah, basically the Soul Society comes looking for Rukia and the guy who took her powers, Ichigo, and they're gonna take her back, and actually they're gonna try and put her on a sentence and execute her, which is crazy because normally something like this, even though they broke the rules, Rukia and Ichigo, it's not that serious. I mean, it is serious, but it's not like super duper serious as far as, you know, like ending someone's life over it or something. So yeah, we have Kisuke, or Hat and Clogs Man, who runs the shop, who is friends with Rukia, helps her out. And then we've got Volume 7 with Byakuya. And there's an action figure for this character. I should get it. There's one for Renji, one for Ichigo. There's a new action figure for Ichigo for the 1000-Year Blood War arc, where he has like the two swords, which looks really cool. The sword play and the action and everything is so good in this. It's fantastic. It's such a fun read too. So Volume 7. And on the back, I didn't show this yet, we have a very cool and dope illustration there. Alright, moving along here, we have a cover that looks like it's upside down when it's right side up. And this is Volume 8, The Blade and Me. So yeah, this is like Ichigo's inner power, and oh, that's a cool illustration. There's tons of those in Bleach. One of the best art styles ever, and artwork ever. So the swords actually have powers within them, and the Soul Reapers can call upon that power. It takes a lot of training. And whatnot, but it is possible through hard work and whatnot. So yeah, we have Volume 9, and Ichigo has to break into the Soul Society and save Rukia in time from her execution. And there's nothing that they can really do, the other people in the Soul Society, like Renji, for example, or Byakuya. It's like something's going wrong here, and it's bad. And yeah, Rukia, you have the front cover of the first manga box set right there. Yeah, Rukia does not deserve to be executed, especially over what she did, which was very heroic, saving Ichigo and his family. So, volume 10. And yeah, sometimes in the front they have like what the characters' names are and stuff. And yeah, his name is Ganju Shiba, and his sister is this person on this cover right here. She is the firework person and helps launch them into the air through a bubble that they're all in. Ichigo, Rukia, Uru, and Chad. And also Yoroichi, the cat, who's helping them train, and not only that, is helping them along their journey to save Rukia. And before that all happens, so they're all coming to look for Ichigo, right? And so that happens, and then so they cut Ichigo down, and basically they like, Byakuya thinks that there's no way he can recover. Even if he lives, he won't have Soul Reaper powers anymore. But Ichigo survives. He gets saved by Hat and Clogs and put under some severe, really hard training. And that happens. And yeah, it's like a fight for Ichigo's life, because the inner hollow on his inside could take over, but if he beats that and becomes a Soul Reaper, then he's even stronger than ever. Alright, so volume 11 with Renji. His fight with Ichigo is so emotional, and the Soul Society has such a huge cast of characters that are like really interesting and diverse and unique. And yeah, they're just super interesting, and it's really cool seeing Ichigo and all the people with him, like Orihime, who has like healing powers from like her hairpin, which can also attack, but she's mainly a healer, mainly a medical person, but she can fight when she needs to. But it's interesting seeing all the different fights between Ichigo's group and the whole Soul Society, which is like a daunting, super big, menacing threat. And they're going head to head, regardless of the risk, and to save Rukia in time. So yeah, there's Renji. I love Renji. He's such a cool character, and his sword, his Bankai's power and all that is really cool. So yeah, with the powers of the swords, there's the first level, and there's the second level, which is Bankai, where you can call upon the power of your sword and become even more powerful with it, along with your spirit energy and stuff. Alright, so we have volume 12 with Aizen. Now, he basically fakes his own death, sets up this whole thing about Rukia getting executed, and wants to steal the executioner's power. It's like this a big weapon that he wants to take and rule over the world with it. So that's not good. So yeah, there's an action figure of Aizen. I should pick it up. But yeah, we have the back of the first manga box set right there. So that's pretty neat. But man, things get really interesting with like Toshiro and like all the Soul Reapers, and like Aizen faking his death, Ichigo trying to save Rukia, and fighting all these Soul Reapers and stuff. There's like so much happening, but it's so well done and so well told that it's just really entertaining. So we have volume 13 with Kenpachi. Man, he is a really cool character and really strong. He fights Ichigo, and here's a cool illustration with Ichigo fighting the inner hollow inside of him. And Ichigo kind of calls upon that, and he unlocks newfound powers through being a hollow and a Soul Reaper at the same time, which is really unique and cool. But at first, when Ichigo's fighting Kenpachi, he can't even cut him, but then he does, and Kenpachi actually wears this eye patch right there, and that suppresses his Soul Reaper powers. Once he takes that off, He's full on powerful. And he doesn't even have a Bankai at this point in time. He's just that strong in his first level. And other people are on their second level and he's still stronger than them. So that's really interesting. Love this guy right here. Yeah, what was his name? Let's see. Doesn't say. Yeah, I forget his name at the moment, but I do like that character a lot. There's a lot of likable characters in Bleach. So yeah. Alright, so moving along here, we have Squad 4. So there's like a bunch of squads, like at least a dozen or more squads, I think. And in that, they have a medical squad, and this guy actually helps them out. Helps out Ichigo and Ganju get to Rukia before she gets executed. And yeah, it's really interesting because all these fights and things are happening, like the fight with Uru and the mad scientist character. So yeah, Mayuri. Yeah, that's his name. So yeah, they have a fight. It's very emotional because Mayuri actually was the reason that Uru's grandpa passed away. Maybe it wasn't the reason, I'm trying to remember what it was. But he did, like, I feel like he had a hand to play in it. So yeah. Alright, so next up we got Volume 15, In the Shadows. With this character, and there's like Gin, who works with alongside Aizen, and like a lot of things are happening. Momo, who's under Aizen, yeah, she took it really hard, and she thought Toshiro killed Aizen when he really didn't. By the way, Toshiro is like one of my favorite characters in all of Bleach. So cool. Alright. And there's the back. That's an awesome illustration of all of them. Alright, and then we got Volume 16. Speaking of Toshiro, I love Toshiro and Rangiku. I love their dynamic. You have all the squad captains right there. So, yeah. Man, the art style is so strong in this. And, yeah, very cool stuff. Alright, moving along here, we got Volume 17. So, this is Yoriichi. She can transform into a cat, but she's really just a human. From the Soul Society, actually. She used to be like part of the secret squad, and the person who was under her gets really emotional about seeing her in the Soul Society because she left and abandoned them and stuff. So, yeah, speaking of that, this is that girl who is under Yoriichi. So a lot of great fighters in Bleach, that's for sure. Moving along here, we got Volume 19, Ichigo, and his Bankai. It's kind of interesting because he has like a giant sword, right? And his giant sword gets transformed into a tiny, very sharp, dangerous sword. That's kind of interesting, that difference. It's an amazing illustration there. But yeah, we're getting towards the end of the Soul Society arc. Ichigo, luckily, is able to save Rukia in time, but it's very close. You have Gin looking very up to something. At the back, that's awesome, with Rukia with her power, and Orihime and Ichigo right there. And then we got Volume 21. That's awesome. These are, let's see, what was it? They're not Iran cars, but visors. They're visors. So, yeah. They're trying to recruit Ichigo because Ichigo is like them. So that's interesting. So yeah, basically there's like all these fights that happen in the Soul Society, and then they actually find out the truth, and then Ichigo and the Soul Society are no longer enemies, they're actually allies. So that's really cool. And Byakuya is like Soul Reaper powers, like his Bankai. So cool. It's very deadly, but very cool at the same time. Alright. So, moving along here. We are into the Arrancar arc, the very start of it. And, yeah. This guy's name is kind of hard to pronounce, but it's, Ukora. I'm probably saying that wrong, but yeah, there's Yami, Shinji, and then of course the regular characters. But they appear and are causing a lot of damage, and havoc is happening. A lot of havoc is happening. So yeah, there's the back with Ichigo and his newfound friends and allies. With them, you got Toshiro, you got Kenpachi, Byakuya, Renji, and Ichigo, and another guy. Right there. Alright, so yeah, there's a lot to talk about with this Soul Reaper, Soul Society arc. But, yeah. Alright, so we have volume 23. I really love the perspective of this, how well it's drawn and stuff. So I've done with a kind of a Halloween kind of setting. Alright, we have my favorite Arrancar, and that's Grimmjow. So yeah, there it is. Very cool. He has blue hair, an Arrancar mask. He's very strong. He fights Ichigo. And yeah, Ichigo has a really cool power called Getsuga Tensho, I think it is. Yeah, Getsuga Tensho. Very powerful, very, very deadly. I like this winter kind of illustration there. Looks really cool. Alright, moving along here, we got Ichigo's Inner Hollow right there on volume 25. These volumes look really nice with the white background, and I love the like blue flames on the Bleach logo. Looks so cool. So yeah, so basically Orihime gets taken by Aizen, who's in this Arrancar place, and trying to remember what the name of the area was, but yeah, it's not looking good, and yeah, Ichigo needs to save her, and these Arrancars are really deadly. Oh yeah, Hueco Mundo. That's the name of the place where these Arrancars are from, where Aizen is staying. So these Arrancars are having lots of problems with the Soul Society and the Earth, and especially in Kurakura Town. And Aizen sees what cool powers Orihime has. Like, it's just not normal healing powers. They can actually like bring someone's full arm back, like if it gets, you know, cut off and stuff. So yeah, so this is volume 27. Love this cover, Orihime. And yeah, the fights in this are so cool, and the Arrancars, like I said, they're just like really strong, and they have numbers on them saying like how strong of a level they are, basically. So yeah, I remember this guy. He was in the Soul Society, but then he got taken by Aizen, and then he was an Arrancar. And there's a lot of interesting fights that happen and stuff, and this artwork is just incredible. So there's that. We have the Arrancars on the back right there. Alright, and then moving along here, we got volume 30 with this character who's in Hueco Mundo, and Ruka is there, and he transforms to look like somebody that you used to know. So So there's the back with them all wearing red with a red flag. It's very cool. I love that. Alright, and then we got volume 31 with this mad scientist who fights the other scientist from this whole society. So, yeah, that is interesting, without a doubt. And yeah, we have some pages here which were originally color pages in the Shonen Jump magazines. Especially this one. This one was dope. Really cool. The artwork is incredible. Definitely. And like the art books are so cool. Alright, so you have Grimjow in his new form. Super powerful. Ichigo defeats him though. Luckily. But basically Aizen is plotting to take out Kurakura Town, and basically there's all these fights happening between the Rancars and the Soul Society and the Soul Reapers. There's Ichigo with his kind of powers there, with the Soul Reaper and the Hollow all in one. So yeah, we have volume 34 with Nell. She has a great transformation and great character, love her. And yeah, the art style is just incredible. I love Bleach. And yeah, I might start reacting to it on my channel for the 1000 Year Blood War arc on Blu-ray that I have. Alright, so we have volume 35 with this mad scientist here. And there's a lot of fights, a lot of action, and it's very cool. So there's the back. Love that. Alrighty, and they have 4 movies for Bleach, which is fantastic. I think Fade to Black. That's my favorite Bleach movie. If they made another one, that would be fantastic. Alright, so getting closer to the end here. We have volume 38. That's awesome. You can really feel the movement in that. We have a great illustration of Ichigo there. We got volume 39. Some big threats in Bleach, that's for sure. Alright, so we have volume 40 with this Rancor. He's super powerful in this fight. So cool to watch. But I can imagine it was very stressful for Ichigo and his friends in the Soul Society. And this guy is really powerful with volume 41. The character's name is Yami. We have Rangiku on the back. I love to draw Bleach. It's really fun. That's such a great art style, really. And we have volume 42. With her and her fight, with Renji on the back hanging out. And we have volume 43, the King of Hueco Mundo. Chad on the back, looking cool, like a boss. And he has like a punching bag for training, very cool. We have volume 44. So there's that. It's really cool. Love the look of that. Volume 45 with the head captain. He has really incredible powers, which makes sense because he's head captain. There's a Halloween illustration there. We have volume 46 with Rangiku. We have the back with Byakuya. Such strong character designs, for real. And then we have volume 47, we're getting toward the end here. And even at this point in time, even Gin sees how crazy Aizen is. Gin does die, and so does Aizen. But Aizen goes to like some crazy level. There's like this cube, and he consumes it and becomes a super powerful entity. Yeah, Ichigo luckily is able to defeat him, but he loses his Soul Reaper powers in the process. So yeah, that's really all I know of for Bleach. Just the first 48 volumes. I haven't read past that. I've seen like a few episodes, a handful of episodes for the 1,000-Year Blood Year War arc, but I really don't know what happens after this, but I'm very excited to find out, especially considering how long of a fan I've been of Bleach, ever since 4th grade. So, yeah. Anyways, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, peace.